Blessings to your family. This is Adnan Maqsood. So, Cindy Jacobs released a very profound prophetic word. I want to bring this on. So, take a look at it. What a great way to put it. So, because there's so many people are concerned from America, that's why they would want to watch this to its
You
entirety.
were very interested in the prophetic as well as intercessory prayer. And these two things are not diverse or, from each other. They're integral to each other. And Jeremiah 27:18 says, "But if they be prophets, and if the word of the Lord be with them, let them now make intercession." Note that. Let them now make intercession to the Lord of hosts, that the vessels that are left in the house of the Lord, in the house of the king of Judah, and at Jerusalem, do not go to Babylon. This is powerful. This is very, very powerful because God warns. He warns. Why? Because He's a merciful God. Why did God warn Sodom and Gomorrah? Because He's a merciful God, because He did not want people to be destroyed. Now, there are many, many prophetic warnings about the United States and the nations of the world right now. And in fact, you don't have to be a prophet to realize that we could be on the verge of World War III, a very serious war. And Jane will remember this, I think. In fact, I believe it was Bishop Hammond that originally gave the word to the Apostolic Council of Prophetic Elders. We all have a council together. It's not as much a top-down council as a peer-related group, about 50 prophets, and we have met now for, it'll be 25 years in November. And of course, Bishop Hammond is, we consider our elder. He's an elder. Bishop Joseph Garlington, James Gall, of course, Apostle Tom, and Prophet Jane. Well, she's really an apostle too, but anyway, but a word came to our council that there would be an alignment and between Russia, China, and Iran. Now, you think this was maybe 15 years ago now or something. So we know that God will do nothing without first telling His servants, the prophets. But why does He warn? Because Jeremiah 27:18 makes it clear. If you are prophets, and if the word of the Lord with them, make intercession. And so God warns because He wants us to be those who watch over history. Now, many, many people don't understand this. They're just listening to the prophetic, just saying, "Oh dear."
So, this interview was recorded, of course, you can see on the Watchman event countdown on Jane Hammond. Um, Phenomenal woman of God. So, what Cindy Jacobs talking about, this is what I wanted to bring it to your attention so you can take a listen to this. It's very important. So, I'm just going to let Cindy Jacobs finish the thought and then I'll come back to this. So, here, over to you guys back.
That scares me, or "Oh, that could never happen," or things. You think how long ago God warned about this formation, which is now very real to us. I don't know, Jane, do you remember any of this dialogue?
I do. I definitely do. This was something that I think back in over 20 years ago, the Lord showed this to Bishop, and he and had him
Mhm.
go
Could have.
on a Pacific Rim tour. This was in the late 90s, and had him go on a Pacific Rim tour to
Mhm.
just pray. He went to Australia, to Hong Kong, Japan, Korea, then down the West Coast, and then down into Central and South America along that Pacific Rim,
Mhm.
and really felt like that was part of his assignment, and felt like that assignment got accomplished. But then about 5 years later, the prophetic word started coming from others that the job
Mhm.
wasn't completely done, and this alliance again, that the one that you just mentioned, would be forming trying to drive the world into a third world war. So the Lord has been warning us for quite some time about this, and I think that we have to recognize that that's the enemy's plan, and that what we have is a responsibility, as you've said.
Awesome. So that was a phenomenal show they both did, and I pulled it up on the YouTube, and I saw, and I was inspired to bring this on and review this. That God is in the works. There is nothing hidden from the eyes of God, and God knows it. Iran, China, Russia is forming a line. That throw in Turkey too. I mean, Iran, being a Persia, has a very strong influence, and all the superpowers, Saudi Arabia, got more money and all that stuff. But Iran is also playing a key role into this forming this alliance. And what is happening with Israel right now, it's not a coincidence. I feel like this is all forming together to come against this. And this, I think, show prophetic word was like released. It's gotta be 3 months ago. Yeah, 3 months ago this was. And you see exactly what is happening 3 months ago. I mean, October 7th it started all, and then they they did not stop. They haven't stopped yet. And Israel had push pushbacks from the United States as well. You know that, excuse me, from the Biden administration. So telling them hold on, ceasefires, and all that stuff, not having them full fledged response. But Israel been able to successfully take out their enemies, and this is the stand that right now is going on. So I want you to make sure share this video. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Have a beautiful day.